And welcome to Sunday Morning Matters Extra here on yourcentralvalley.com. State Senator Andreas Borges is here. How are you?
Great to be back on the show.
Explosive, thank you. Explosive last day in the session.
Literally.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about issues from AB 5 to the vaccine bill to President Trump coming into town. But I want to get to something that was interesting that you say was the most explosive on the floor. That was SB 1, introduced almost a year ago to this point. And that's really something that you guys are now battling. How intense is SB 1? And exactly, and the intricacies of this, which has to do with the Obama administration.
Thank you for asking. SB 1 is the first bill that was introduced in the Senate in this legislative cycle, which would have been January. And what it does is that it was a shot across the bow to the Trump administration by the California legislature that basically said if the Trump administration and all its instrumentalities, if they roll back the environmental protocols and regulations that are in place now, and they dip below, that California would revert automatically to the baselines created during the Obama administration. And the reason why the Central Valley, collectively, in a bipartisan fashion, we voted against this, even drafted a letter to the governor, is that what this does to farming, to water, to air quality is extraordinary. It's extraordinary as an impact negatively to our community. So literally all the Valley delegation on a bipartisan basis voted against SB 1, and we're hearing that Governor Newsom is inclined to veto it. So we are keeping our fingers crossed in hopes that actually occurs.
I want to get to this now. Something that President Trump is now tackling that the governor says is political vengeance and a vendetta against California. He wants to cut out California emission standards, and he wants the government to regulate it. This is a big blow to the air quality and everything that California has been working to clear things up and give us a better atmosphere, if you will. This is going to be an interesting one. Is it a little crazy, though, that President Trump is trying to do this?
Well, I think, you mentioned before, sometimes there's political posturing and sometimes there's real battles. This will certainly be a real battle, is what I expect. The issue here within the auto industry, if you talk to folks that are leading that, is that they want certainty. And California, and the old saying goes, as California goes, so does the rest of the United States. And in terms of the environmental protections put in place for the auto industry reacted and adopted California levels of emission because it could be applied across the nation. What President Trump is saying is that no, this is a national matter. We will set the baseline, and that will be the baseline the auto industry needs to adhere to. We've already heard that the Attorney General of California is prepared to initiate suit against this, and what I suspect is they're going to try to tie this up in litigation to the end of Trump's tenure, whether it be in the first term or the second. I don't think this battle is going to go away at all.
All right. Interesting stuff. Thank you much for joining us here on Sunday Morning Matters Extra.
Thank you.
Andreas Borges.